What was that supposed to be?
I'll give you a hint. I'm the symbol of freedom.
Free Willy?
No, I'm the Statue of Liberty.
Statue of Liberty.
Yes.
Aren't you missing like two big things, but one of them is really important?
Yeah, I know. I didn't have the crown.
No, Mrs. Liberty is a female.
Liberty knows no gender. Even though some people think that it does. So, yep, we are back again for our next vlog for Season 2 of Race to the Edge. This is Shockin' Off, and it's focused on fish legs. And surprisingly enough, it's a good one.
It's a good one.
Yes, finally!
After the track record we had from, we had Gem of a Different Color was a good one.
It was good.
Then we had
The Iron Gronk.
The Iron Gronk, which is, alright.
Best in Show.
No. And you already know the one that shall not be named. We'll do it to you anyways, the Big Man on Burke.
Now, even though that was our most hated one, it did give us a lot of good material.
It did give us a lot of good material. Especially Spider-Man fish legs. Good God.
Alright, so the quick summary is that it is Loki Day, and the twins really love it because they love to prank everyone.
I would hate to have them in real life on April Fools.
Oh yeah, God help the high school they're in, and the university.
Yeah,
actually,
and
all schools,
and the workforce.
Oh yes. All right, so while Fish Legs is walking on the beach, he's low-keyed by the twins, and then while he's walking once again on the lagoon, he hears a strange noise. It's from a strange creature, and the creature from the Edge Lagoon, just when you thought it was safe to take a bath in the lagoon.
Yes. And, of course, he believes it was the twins at first, but it wasn't. And he tries to tell everyone else that, no, there's a creature in there, and nobody believes him. And so, no, I will prove it kind of mentality. He goes fishing for it, literally. And
he gets proof. He brings the writers back. They find out that it's not a creature, it's a dragon, a two-headed sea dragon called the Sea Shocker.
And I'll point that out later, but the Sea Shocker, and that fortunately Fish Legs trapped it into the lagoon. And they wanted to study it.
Yeah, when that gets too much, then they decide to free it, but then all of a sudden they have to deal with Scaldrons that are apparently the Sea Shocker's natural predator. And so they work to try to protect it. Eventually works out by having the twins' natural pranking abilities. That involves an eel, a shocking eel.
God.
And the Sea Shocker is united with its pod, and you get the classic aquatic animal movie where you get the sunset and the silhouettes of the animals either swimming, breaching, or jumping.
Yeah.
You can see that in Free Willy and Flipper.
Yeah. So now that's out of the way. Pros and cons. Okay. We had a complaint, what was it?
Several episodes with Snotlout Gets the Axe.
Yes. We were complaining about how the dragon does that dragon have a name?
It was, probably on the wiki.
Probably on the wiki. It was an armored dragon that wasn't it looked like a Monster's Nightmare, but it wasn't.
We thought it was kind of lazy.
It was lazy. This more than makes up for it.
A cheap amalgamation of other dragons.
Yeah. But this more than makes up for it. In fact, this is the only other two-headed dragon I know.
Yeah, there's not very many two-headed dragons that we know of.
And it's kind of nice to have. No, it would be weird that's just to have that one two-headed dragon. At least like it's like that one loner kid out there. The kid's all by himself lonesome.
Right. The design is pretty cool. It looks a lot like a manta ray, and it has this like sawtooth looking beak.
Yeah, and it's one of its abilities is to shock. Ergo, on shock.
Yeah.
But in other ways, this episode brings up an interesting case of prey and predator, because the fact is we throughout the three seasons,
yes,
we seem to see all these dragons get along like good buddies and like let's have a good time,
or just like territorial animals.
Yeah, just territorial animals. But you got Gronkles with Natters and Monsters Nightmares hanging out like buddies, and Toothless, of course, with all the other dragons. So we look at all the other dragons. Now, granted, they're in their own packs, but when they encounter each other, like it's mostly just territorial, not natural enemies. Like back at that Steph song when it was munching.
Yeah, you brought up that this is now playing with the predator-prey dynamic.
Yes, and I'm very interested to see that come up because I hardly get to see that.
Yeah, that's a good point. I kind of like the underwater scenes. The way the light bounces and reflects, as well as is kind of shaped by either the waves or through the water.
And what really stands out is this is the first time we get to see Skaldrin swimming.
It is, yeah.
Like, we normally got to see it, like, just his head popping up, or the fact that it will be beached and flying.
We did see it swim, but we didn't see it swimming, like, from an underwater view. It was we were always like it was always above the waves.
Yeah. So, below water, Jesus, I don't want to mess with it.
I had something. Now I forgot. And now I forgot it. Oh boy, there were some more pros that I did like about. Well, for one, Fish Legs is not completely out of character for this one.
Finally.
Yeah. He sees a new dragon that can be studied, and he's all happy.
He's all excited. He's geeking out with fish.
It's a hiccup. With hiccup, I mean, even it's not loud. It even says geek mode.
Yep.
And he does a very gutsy move, like jump. Just when there's a third Skaldrin coming from outside about to collide with the Sea Shocker, he jumps in the water on top of the Sea Shocker, brings their heads together, and we get like this big shockwave orb of electricity.
Yes.
Now, normally you would die from something like that, but this is cartoon logic.
Yes, so I wasn't going to question that. I was like, oh man. But, and of course, cartoon logic, he gets propelled through the air back onto his dragon. Wow, that's very accurate. I give that a 10 out of 10.
Cons, actually, did you see anything wrong with this?
Actually, no. This is like, granted, it's not exactly moving the plot forward, but I didn't mind it.
It is a breather episode because the last episode was Edge of Disaster.
Yes, so it didn't put the plot forward, but no, watching this, I really don't mind that. Like, I just like the world of dragons. Because, I want to see more dragons. I want to see new dragons. We got to see Death Song and Night Terrors and...
When are we going to see that four-headed dragon, the Snap Trapper?
I want to see that too. That sounds terrifying.
DreamWorks! Write that! Come on!
But, now, we were avoiding one subject, or two in this case.
We were?
The twins.
Oh.
And Loki Day.
Oh.
Okay, how do you feel like you gotta save people. And Batman's trying to save these people. All of a sudden, like, Superman, Loki's Batman by tying his cape down to a freaking manport.
I would kind of expect that if there was, like, the unlikely team-up of the Joker and Batman.
Yeah, I like a team up the Joker and Batman. And...
I could see the Joker kind of doing that.
Yeah.
Or even also putting super glue at the bottom of his boots.
Yeah. So, the twins have horrible sense of when to Loki and when not to, and they Loki'd Astrid when they're trying to save this damn thing.
We had to rewind that a couple times because we were like, that cut moves so fast we didn't see what the hell happened. And when we look back on it, we see that they tied a rope to Stormfly's tail. That's what happened.
Yeah, so there's like, really, guys? There's a time and place to Loki, and everyone else is chastising them, and they do get their comeuppance.
They did. I was freaking shocked that it was Astrid who was the one who decided to take their hut and put it on top of a sea stack. That to me sounds like something I would do. That would I'll pay them back, but I'll do it 100-fold.
Yeah. Remember, revenge is a dish best served cold.
I've heard it's a dish best served with pinto beans and muffins.
Indeed.
Sorry, my age is showing.
But... So, in cons, yeah, you could say it has nothing to do with plot, but at this point...
This is more character, really.
It's more character. And that's really it. It wasn't slow to me.
The animation was pretty good.
Animation was pretty good.
Oh! I remember the shot when the Sea Shocker breaches over Fishleg's head. Oh boy, when we saw that, I was kind of like, oh, they did it! They did it! They finally did it!
Yes, mind you, back in pre-Scaldy,
we were expecting that.
Yes, we were expecting that. We're no, but they're gonna have to bring that back somewhere.
They brought it back, with a freaking wall of rocks, that kind of thing. A juvenile creature, a sea creature that has to get back with its family. Come on. How can you not do that?
No, if they didn't already have an episode called Free Scully, I'm pretty sure those would be Free She Soccer.
Probably. Yeah, probably. or they might have had free something or other that's 2 syllables. They would have given it a name maybe Shocky.
I just realized something.
What?
Notice that these 2 Free Willy things feature both the Skuldret and the Sea Shocker going against each other in this episode.
It is kind of weird. In Free Scaldy, it was just the Skuldren. In Shock and Awe, the Skuldren was the enemy.
That's... Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow. That's a mood whiplash.
Yeah.
I got nothing else to add.
Yeah.
So...
We will see you next time. Loki! On Race to the Edge.